In this video, we'll be going over IRS Notice CP080. This is a notice that you might receive from the IRS if there is a credit on your tax account, but you have not yet filed your tax return. So we'll go through this. This happens to be a one-page notice. We'll go through this in order, starting with the top right-hand corner. So at the top right-hand corner, you'll see the notice number, CP080, the notice date, in this case October 10th, 2011. You would see the taxpayer ID number, the tax period that this is supposed to cover, and then maybe a form number that would be attached to it. So these would indicate the account, like where in the account your credit or payment was credited to. But in order to reconcile this, the IRS needs you to file a tax return. So over here is it would be the taxpayer name and address. So I'll make a brief point here like I usually do. Even if you're not expecting an IRS notice, you don't know when one might be sent to your house. So it is important to keep your address up to date with the Internal Revenue Service. If you just filed your tax return, this isn't difficult because the IRS will automatically update your tax account based on the information, the address in your most recent tax return. But because this notice happens to correspond with a taxpayer who has not filed a tax return, it is even more important that you do update your address if you've moved since your last tax return. So you can call the IRS, validate your information, and change your address over the phone, or you can file IRS Form 8822, which is the official change of address form. Not likely in this case, but in some cases, if you receive an IRS notice, there may be a due date that's attached to the notice date up here. So 30 days from the notice date or 60 days. So all of that time counts, even if the notice spends some time trying to catch up to you through the mail system. So, and then the other aspect I would add is if someone else receives your correspondence, you don't want them handling correspondence that might have your taxpayer ID number on it. So let's take a look at this form. So it says, what should you do immediately? The IRS has credited certain payments or other credits to your tax account. The amount here for some reason is redacted, but it would be stated pretty clearly. You would need to file the tax return if you have not already done so. You would send your signed tax return to the address up here. You would attach all your schedules and other documents that you would normally include with your tax return. In that case, the IRS will apply the credit to any taxes that you owe and then issue you a refund if you don't owe anything additional. If you've already filed the return, then you would send a newly signed copy to that address and then you would attach everything. And then if you would like the credit transferred to a different tax form, a different tax period, or a different tax ID number, then you would have to call the IRS to work those details out. So if the IRS does not hear from you, you do stand the chance of losing this tax credit. And the Internal Revenue Code, the tax code, does set time limits for being able to refund or transfer tax credits. There's some additional information here. We're going to go ahead and navigate to the IRS page that talks about understanding your CP080 notice. So here we go. Basically, it tells you the exact same thing. During COVID, there were processing delays for 2019 and 2020 tax returns. This shouldn't be applicable anymore since we're well beyond that. But this page basically reiterates exactly what you found in your notice. So that's all we have for this video. It's a pretty short form. Basically, if you haven't filed your tax return, go ahead and file it, send it to the IRS address in the letter. If you've already filed it, great. Send another copy to that IRS address, and the IRS will make the necessary adjustments. So we do cover some of these tax topics in videos, in articles that are on our website. So if you, we'll put links in the show notes to any of the forms that we mentioned here. If you want to read about any particular tax form, simply go to our website, www.teachmepersonalfinance.com, type in IRS form, whatever the IRS form happens to be, and you should see the article appear. So if you like our articles, please subscribe to our newsletter. If you like our YouTube videos, please subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions or comments, or if there's a topic you'd like to see discussed in an upcoming video, please hit me up in the comments section. Thank you very much and have a great day.